Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to call the meeting of the Wayne County Commission to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
The board is now open for roll call. Commissioners Daub, Garza, Baker McCormick, and Wilson have requested an excuse.
Okay, thank you. Everyone, please vote. And I can't vote. I don't know why I'm not voting.
We did.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next item, please.
Invocation.
We'll have our invocation today by Commissioner Clemente.
Morning, everyone. As we begin today's meeting, I invite you to join in a moment of prayer as we start today's meeting. God, we thank you for another day and for the opportunity to serve the people of Wayne County. We're grateful for the responsibility you've placed in our hands, and we ask for your guidance as we make decisions that impact lives and shape our communities. Give us clarity in our conversations, patience in our disagreements, and unity in our mission. Help us lead with humility, to listen with empathy, and to act with integrity. We ask for strength to do what's right, even when it's not easy. Let our work today reflect the values of fairness, collaboration, compassion, and respect for all. May this meeting be productive, honest, and rooted in genuine desire to make things better for the people that we represent. Amen.
First. Let's thank the birthday girl for that amazing prayer for today. Happy birthday, Commissioner. Next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun.
Move for approval. Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any corrections to the journal for today? Any corrections? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next item.
Report from the chair.
Today, I'm going to turn over for a few moments Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry for a special presentation.
Additional commissioners, Kinlott, Martha Scott, and the chair is already here to join me.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We rise before you today extremely proud. I guess we could say it's bittersweet to honor one who has given himself unselfishly for the service that in the position of the City of Detroit Ombudsman, Mr. Bruce Simpson. I would like for him to come and join us. This resolution that we have in place, we understand that the position is not, as we heard in our prayers, not always popular. Oftentimes it's not easy, but what we do know is that it's necessary. And for someone to step into a role of public service, such as an ombudsman, to do so for the amount of years that Mr. Bruce Simpson has done so, when I went to greet him, I said, any more meetings? He said, tomorrow is it. Tomorrow is it. So I don't know if he's counting down, but what I will say, we are extremely proud of the advancements that have occurred under your leadership. We know that you have served with integrity, you have served with fairness, and you have served with a heart for the people, for the City of Detroit. So along with Chair Bell, myself, Commissioner Kinlott, Commissioner Scott, and in the absence, Commissioner McCormick, and Mr. Killeen, And Clemente. Okay, so everyone just come up, I guess.
We all represent Detroit.
We all represent Detroit, so let's all come up. There's a portion of our service that represents Detroit. And we want to let Mr. Simpson know that we absolutely appreciate him. We wish him well. I told him, when you are born with public service in your heart, you never retire. So we thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so very much. Excuse me. To my commissioner, Ms. Peterson Mayberry, to the entire commission and staff, I'm humbled. I say thank you. It's been a great run. This position of ombudsman, as you said, is not popular. You don't get the Christmas cards from the people that you actively investigate and criticize, et cetera. But that's not why we do what we do. We do it on behalf of the people. That is what has always been and what will always be the most important thing to me. There's something to be said about being able to lay your head down on that pillow with a clear conscience. Not everyone can say that or do that. I'm clear on that. And so with that mindset, it allowed me to forge ahead through some trying times, through bankruptcy, emergency management. I just want to note one thing, and I'll be brief so you guys can get along with your agenda. But under our leadership, when I took the position 10 years ago, we had 6 positions. We have 15. The budget was less than $800,000. Now it's over $2 million. We have put in place proportional funding, which will, for the incoming ombudsman for the next 3 years, yield additional funding that is almost guaranteed. We have been good stewards of taxpayer money. We have done our job, and I won't forget that we've also passed 2 state laws. Those of you who are legislators know how hard it is to get a legislature to agree on anything, but we fought for our veterans, our disabled veterans, as well as property tax loopholes that we worked to close. I'm very proud of those things. And most of all, being an ombudsman is all about helping the people. That is something that, as you said, I think you're born with. I would be remiss if I didn't mention my late grandmother, Honorable Barbara Rose Collins. You know, but not just her daughter, Cynthia, my mother. She was a political strategist as well as a community activist. So yes, I was born with it. Yes, I enjoyed the title of being the ombudsman, but it was just a title. The work shall continue. And again, I appreciate you and I thank you for all of your kind words and being honored. I'm humbled.
Congratulations. 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 Behind you. Ombudsman for the city of Detroit, it's a 10-year position. And Mr. Simpson has done an amazing job lifting that position up and making sure that he served the citizens with class and dignity. And he cannot do without help from his assistant ombudsman. And Linda Wesley is here. I want to recognize her for his right hand and doing all the work. So thank you, Linda. Thank you for all the work that you've done. Congratulations, Mr. Simpson. We will now go to the next item, Madam Clerk.
We are on unfinished business. There is none listed. We are moving to offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are 3 resolutions listed. Resolution number 1 is a resolution by Commissioner Clemente proclaiming September 15th through October 15th as National Hispanic Heritage Month and calling upon public officials, educators, and residents of Wayne County to honor our fellow Americans for their rich history and culture in helping make this the greatest nation in the world.
Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This resolution, we do each year. Americans observe National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. Excuse me, but, sorry. By celebrating cultures, histories, and contributions of American residents whose ancestors emigrated from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central and South America. And this year's theme is collective heritage, honoring the past, inspiring the future, highlights the rich heritage, resilience, and future contributions of Hispanic and Latino communities. And I just want to mention that on your desk, at the DIA, it's the 13th annual Ofrendas, and this celebrates the culture by bringing different groups to the DA to set up their altars. And this year, the ofrendas will be throughout the DIA. So there is a map on the back showing where each one is. And it gives a explanation of the ofrendas. And it's a great way to go and see the different installations and learn about people. Plus the DIA is free to all of Wayne County. So I'm hoping that everyone will get a chance to go and see that and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's been moved by Commissioner Clemente and supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baytoun. Any discussion on the resolution? Commissioner Baytoun?
It's only fitting just to say something in Spanish. Feliz Mes Nacional de la Herencia Hispania.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
What did you say?
Happy National Heritage Month.
He said Happy National Heritage Month in Spanish. Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion?
Can this
Please.
be open for co-sponsorship?
After we vote.
Oh, after we vote. Okay, thank you.
Please vote.
Motion carries.
Now we'll open it up for co-sponsors.
Stop pressing buttons. The board is now open for co-sponsors.
Co-sponsors, please vote. Here we go.
Co-sponsors duly noted.
Next item, please.
Item number 2 is a resolution by Commissioner Scott opposing the permit renewal for U.S. Ecology Detroit South at its 1923 Frederick Street facility in the city of Detroit until such time as all operational, environmental, and community health concerns are fully addressed and resolved.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. And to my colleagues, if this permit is allowed to go forward, Ecology South is to significantly expand operations by installing 3 additional tanks, increasing potential exposure to hazardous material and odors, thereby placing further strains on the public health and environment in the Detroit residential area where the site is located. During a public hearing on September the 4th, 2025, a number of Detroit residents testified in opposition to renewal of this license to Ecology South. The residents' concerns are hazardous waste exposure to air quality, countless violations, groundwater contamination, soil contamination, equipment and engineering upgrades, need more air quality monitors surrounding the facility, possible hazardous waste explosion or spill, and Detroit Fire Department Homeland Security able to respond to a timely manner. So a number of Detroit residents gave testimony during public comment at the public hearing in opposition to the renewal of the license for Republic South. Also concerns regarding asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. With the passage of this resolution from Wayne County Commission calls upon Eagle to deny the permit renewal unless and until the following conditions are met. Full public disclosure of the odor feasibility study and any associated mitigation plans. Independent verification of current odor, dust, and hazardous material control practice. Implementation of transparent, real-time complaints reporting system, including text and email options, and a live online feed of complaints. A comprehensive third-party environmental audit of the facility, operational safety and regulatory compliance, demonstrated efforts to reduce hazardous waste throughout and traffic in the neighborhood, removal of all unprotected and flammable hazardous materials stored outdoors, immediate adherence to NFPA 30 fire codes, SPCC requirements, and non-destructive tank testing mandates. The bottom line is this facility should not be near a residential area. So I would love to have my colleagues' support on this.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's been moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Killeen. Any discussion on this item? Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I want to thank Commissioner Scott for bringing this forward. This has been a long battle over on the east side there. And this is also connected to our hazardous waste landfill in western Wayne County. The stuff that they're messing around with at Republic/US Ecology over there and what they produce is also headed to the hazardous waste landfill when they're done with it. But the neighborhood over there, of course, that's in Commissioner Scott's district, but I know the Georgia Street Collective has been organizing for a long time to get this out of the neighborhood. So thank you for the comprehensive resolution that lays it all out. And we should follow up, all of us, with our state folks on this too. Yeah, that needs to be, there's just a lot of garbage in that neighborhood, hazardous garbage in the sewers everywhere. And for years, I'd be afraid to guess how many, they've been failing their inspections from the state of Michigan, and yet it still goes forward. So thank you, Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional discussion on this item? None, and we'll open it up for co-sponsors after we vote. Please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Let us know when the board is open for co-sponsors.
Board is now open for co-sponsors. Co-sponsors duly noted.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on item number 3, a resolution by Commissioner Dobb recognizing October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and urging all residents to support survivors, honor the work of advocates, and stand united in the effort to eliminate domestic violence.
Thank you. Would there like to be someone to make the motion in Commissioner Dobbs' absence? Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baidoon. Any discussion on the resolution? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And she would probably want it opened up for co-sponsors, so let us know when the board is open for co-sponsors.
The board is now open for co-sponsors. Co-sponsors duly noted.
Okay, thank you. All right. We are going to move to the addenda. The new business immediate consideration, Madam Clerk? Yes, number 4.
Item number 4 is requesting commission approval of an interlocal agreement between the Charter County of Wayne and the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network to create an independent legal entity named the Michigan Health Collaboration Network to provide prepaid inpatient health plan services for regions it may be awarded under a request for proposals issued by the state of Michigan for a PIHP system.
Okay, so as many of you know, there's an RFP out at the state for PIHP services. DWIN is applying for that RFP. In the case that they may be awarded it, this resolution would have to be in place as part of that RFP process. However, I do have our CEO of DWIN, Mr. James White, here to further explain this resolution and why it's here before us today. Mr. White?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, and good morning, Honorable Commission. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to come before you this morning with this extremely urgent matter regarding DWIN. I will start with emphasizing that this is to ensure that the people who need our services continue to receive our services. That's first and foremost on our agenda. This body should also know that Wayne County serves the most members who are in need of behavioral health services to the sum of over 123,000 annually. So that is a very important point and distinction to make. We stand to lose the most if we don't get this done. By way of background, Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network, a governmental entity, was established by Wayne County in 2013 by way of an enabling resolution pursuant to the Michigan Mental Health Code. Prior to this, behavioral health services were delivered through Detroit-Wayne County Community Mental Health Agency. Since that time, Detroit-Wayne has managed to deliver behavioral health services to the most vulnerable residents, as I've indicated, by way of the CMHSP, which is a Community Mental Health Services Plan, and the PIHP, the Prepaid Inpatient Health Plan. The simplest way to describe what is underway right now is DWIN has operated as both the healthcare and the hospital, if that makes sense. What this process will do is separate them. And this came by way of a RFP. So at issue today, the PIHP services and the ability to ensure that these services remain under the purview of a public governmental entity like the one we are seeking to establish is important to us. We want to keep the system public. That's paramount, we believe, to ensuring consistency in service delivery. A little more background: on August 4th of 2025, the state issued an RFP for this PIHP system that I spoke of. This RFP does the following. It reduces 10 PIHP regions to 3, 10 to 3. The region we are currently in will be comprised of Wayne, Macomb, and Oakland. So we will have a regional approach to this program. This presents a need for organizations like DWIN, who serve as both the payer and the CMHP, the Community Mental Health Service Provider, to form separate legal entities for PIHP functions to ensure that there's no conflict of interest, and some of the other concerns that have been delineated in the RFP. In other words, the two types of services will need to be bifurcated. And this creates a pathway for the privatization of PHP services if organizations like DWIN are not successful. So again, we do not want the privatization. We want to keep the system public. If we are not able to compete by way of the RFP, we're very concerned that that could potentially happen. We don't know. We don't have any, certainly we don't have a crystal ball, but we know that we are the best in the business, and the numbers in which we serve, we feel that keeping the system public and transparent for our community is imperative. It should also be noted that Wayne County, as I indicated, has the largest population. Cannot overstate that, and we see the need increase daily. I saw it as police chief, talked about it a lot as police chief. Certainly I see it now in this new space that I'm in. Daily we see incidents of violence and people making horrific decisions due to lack of impulse control and not having resources at their disposal to emote on the issues that are driving them negatively. We know that, and we plan to continue to expand, and this opportunity gives us that pathway to do just that. The creation of this separate legal entity will be of no cost to the county, which is very different than when this body established DWIN initially. It should also be noted that the PHP system is funded by Medicaid dollars that are allocated on a yearly basis from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services based on the contract between the entities. So that would be the contract between us and MDHHS. And then finally, this new entity will submit annual reports to this body, much like we do at DWIN currently. So I will pause there and take any questions.
Thank you for that explanation. The system that the RFP is going through now is something that we've talked about for years, in fear of happening, and now it's here, and we're hopeful that the public system that we have will prevail. To take on Wayne, Macomb, and Oakland, that's a huge feat if we, and that's assuming that we win the bid, and we don't know if we win the bid, but we wanted to make sure that we have every tool that we have, which is why this resolution is before us today to vote on, because this will assist them in the RFP process for these services. Are there any questions? Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I've been telling myself since yesterday afternoon, because this issue of privatizing mental health services, and as I've said for years, it has to be a public board and not some private board on the 28th floor of some high rise in New Jersey that makes decisions on mental health for our citizens here. So I've been telling myself, okay, Colleen, no expletives tomorrow. So DWIN will still exist, sir, and then we have this new the PHP is the way to funnel Medicaid dollars from the feds to the state to mental health services, correct?
Correct.
So what is left of DWIN, and and then how is the new entity, because you're going to have to create a board for it and all that kind of stuff. So what is left of DWIN? Does DWIN still exist?
It does, and it will be quite robust, in fact. The service provisions of DWIN will remain intact, as I indicated earlier.
So DWIN will still issue the contracts and
to service providers. So as you're well aware, DWIN has over 400 providers. We also have services that the CMHSP side of the house, if you will continue to provide the crisis services. Again, I know you know a lot of this, but I will just put it out on record. We have the 707 Crisis Center that has served in the last year over 2,000 people in 1 year. We have the mobile crisis that comes to the homes, though that will stay intact. And those services are super important. We're able to treat folks, 50% of them in their living room. And those that need crisis services, we transport them to the crisis center. We have our outpatient services that we will continue to do. We have a behavioral health urgent care, brand new, just opened it just like other urgent cares. Now we have one for behavioral health for those who don't need hospitalization, need stabilization, medication. That just opened at 707 Milwaukee. We're building a 7-mile location between Southville and Evergreen, state-of-the-art integrated healthcare model where we're going to not only treat behavioral health, but physical health, working now to include vision and dental in that facility. So those things are intact, will remain under DWIN. In large part, the managed care, the functionality of the administrative components will be separated out into this new regional approach, which will include both Oakland and Macomb.
What does the new entity do then?
Number of things. Large part administrative function, managed care, a number of functions such as that. As the analogy I gave earlier, much like the insurance companies have a function in the process. You've got the hospital that's giving the services. You've got the insurance company that's managing the payment and the processes around those services.
As you mentioned, the 400 folks that we contract in the county, and those are community-based, almost all of them nonprofit community-based, and they know our community better than anyone does for servicing folks, and that's important for us to retain. I do have a question. Is this being voted on as a resolution today? What's the, because I heard that. What are we?
It's an
'Cause we're
interlocal
It's an
agreement.
interlocal agreement
Yes.
that we are approving today, so a little bit more than a resolution.
Yes, yes.
Through the chair, if I may. My name is Yolanda Turner. I'm Vice President of Legal Affairs for DWIN. The interlocal agreement is to establish the separate entity. It is formed under the Urban Cooperation Act. And so essentially, kind of like what the commission did with the enabling resolution, just under a different act, it would establish the separate entity that would manage those PIHP services, which, as Mr. White has stated, is for much like Blue Cross Blue Shield manages your payment of services, manages any pre-authorizations, things of that nature, that would be in that particular entity.
And how will the board be constituted for this new entity?
Sure. So it will be a 13-member board. There will be 5 appointees from Wayne County, one of which will be an appointee of the commission alone. The other 4 members will be appointed from a list of nominees submitted from the Wayne County Executive. There will be 3 board members from the city of Detroit, which would be appointed from nominees submitted by the mayor of Detroit. There would be 2 board members from Oakland County, and the Oakland County Commission would establish whatever their process would be for that particular appointment and vote on the same. The same process is in place for 2 board members from Macomb County, and then there would be 1 DWIN appointee to the board. So that would be a total of 13 members, 5 of which must have lived experience.
Have either Oakland or Macomb approved this interlocal agreement yet?
Through the chair, if I may, this agreement will be solely between Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network and Wayne County. It should be noted that quite possibly Oakland and Macomb could also compete in this.
I'm so concerned because this has been going on forever up in Lansing to privatize these services. And I've got a lot of stories to tell in the lead up to our enabling resolution that created DWIN. But even at that time, nearly 20 years ago, it was the aim of the state to privatize. You don't get that resolution done, we're going to bid this out. That's always the contact. And what I learned in that process, and I think it's still true today, when it comes to the money, is the state alleging that there's savings here, which is why they're doing this?
I haven't, that information I have not been privy to that information. I do know that the intent is to improve the system, make it more accessible. And that's really the communication that I've received around it, but with regards to the economics of it.
So if you have anything on that, would you forward that, how the state thinks this is going to make it a more efficient or
I'll see
whatever
what I can-
system, because I'm highly doubtful of that. But Madam Chair, our public system right now in the state of Michigan, because I still think it's about 5 billion of Medicaid dollars that come from Washington that eventually to Michigan, that eventually funds all the PIHPs in the state.
3.4 billion,
How much?
3.4.
3.4. It's gone down a little bit. But we operate at DeWin on an administrative rate somewhere around 6%, if I'm not mistaken. Private healthcare plans operate on admin costs of 15 to 17%. So you take 10% right off the top of that 3.5 billion coming to the state to provide services, and that would go into the pockets of some for-profit provider. And that just cannot happen with growing needs and the great work that DeWin has done over the years to meet those needs. Well, we can't afford to take that kind of money out of the system. So I know this was talked about before, you know, to have an entity like this when the states rattled the swords prior. I appreciate you bringing this to us today. And I wish you nothing but good luck with being successful bidder. And I think for commissioners to make their feelings known to the governor's office about this whole process would be in order, because this is very short. This is like August, beginning of August, right? And then we're going to approve, what's the October 14th is when bids are due?
13th at
October
11:50.
13th. So this just slides it right past the public with almost no time to look at it, no time to evaluate it, no time to educate our citizens as to what this means for them. So there's a lot of bad stuff about this, but I stand ready to approve this interlocal agreement today and wish you all the luck in being successful in your bid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional discussion for this item? Yes, Commissioner Kinlock?
Madam Chair, I'd like the record to reflect that I'm recusing myself on this matter.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay. Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Please
you.
keep us posted. If there's anything we need to do more as a body, please let us know that as well.
Thank you, and thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
Madam Chair, I
Yes.
just want to follow up on that comment, that after the bids are in and a bid is awarded,
Mhm.
I would love our director to come back and tell this commission what
What
happened
happened?
and what the consequences are going forward after the bid has been awarded.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, commissioners. And please note the analysis that our legal counsel provided as well on this matter. This should be interesting on how this proceeds. Let's stay on new business and go to item number 1 on new business.
Item number 1 is from Wayne County Clerk Kathy M. Garrett requesting commission approval of one of 3 Democratic nominees to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, Richard Pruce of Detroit, Edwin Green of Trenton, and Catherine Richardson of Detroit.
Okay, the rules state that 3 names must be presented to this body, and that this body will choose a Democratic nominee for the Wayne County Board of Canvassers. Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, I move that the Wayne County Board of Commissioners appoint Rich Pruce as the Democratic nominee to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, effective November 1st through October 31st, 2029.
It's moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Any discussion on that nominee? Any discussion on that nominee? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you and congratulations, Mr. Prus. Next item?
Item number 2 is from Wayne County Clerk Kathy M. Gary, requesting commission approval of one of 3 Republican nominees to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, Tony Sellers of Taylor, John Daniel of Grosse Pointe Woods, or Maisha Ahmed of Hamtramck.
Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to put forward the name of Tony Sellers.
Been moved by Commissioner Marecki for the name of Tony Sellers. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion on that nominee? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Ms. Sellers. And number 3.
Item number 3 is requesting commission approval of the appointment of Byron Osborne to the Detroit-Wayne Joint Building Authority Board of Commissioners.
There a motion to approve Mr. Byron Osborne for the Detroit-Wayne Joint Board Authority Board of Commissioners? Moved by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, supported by Commissioner Killeen. And as a note of process, this, with the Detroit-Wayne Joint Building Authority, it first goes to the city council, and they voted on Mr. Osborne 2 weeks ago, and now is here for us to do our portion, which is to vote on him as well. It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Mr. Osborne may be on the line.
Motion carries.
If you'd like to say a word, sir?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair Bell. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to, I apologize for not being here in person. I had like 2 or 3 meetings booked, and unfortunately I did not adjust my schedule appropriately, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to say to this commission, this honorable body, once again, thank you for the opportunity to serve. I will serve with responsibility. I'll bring dignity to the seat that it deserves. I appreciate everyone's consideration. And it is truly an honor to not only live in Wayne County, but to represent Wayne County on the Detroit-Wayne Joint Building Authority. I will not let you guys down. So thank you very much for this chance. And that was the least I could do. I apologize again for not being there, but I wanted you to know I take these appointments seriously, and my schedule does allow for me to serve. Thank you for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. We look forward to your service on that board. Thank you so much. Hey, Madam Clerk, back to page 2.
We're moving to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Public Services. There are 13 items listed on pages 2 through 6 of the agenda.
Hey, Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move items 1 through 13 for approval, with Commissioner Baydoun making the motion on number 4, and the birthday girl, Commissioner Clemente, being the maker of the motion on number 10.
Duly noted.
Moved by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. Any discussion on the Public Services Report? Any discussion on the Public Services Report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries. And I have Commissioner Baydoun, maker of the motion, item number 4, and Commissioner Clemente, maker of the motion, item number 10.
Thank you so much. Next item.
We're on report B from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 2 items listed on pages 6 and 7 of the agenda.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, move approval of the entire report.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Marecki. Any discussion on the Ways and Means report? Any discussion on the 2 items on Ways and Means? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on report C from the Committee on Audit. There is 1 item listed.
Commissioner Knizik.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that we receive and file item 1.
Been moved by Commissioner Kenizik, supported by Commissioner Colleen. Any discussion on this item? Any discussion? Marcy, you want a brief summary on this item?
Marcy Corral, Auditor General, through the chair. This is a unique engagement that our office participates in every once in a while when the sheriff's office requests it. What we do is when they have their controlled substances that are no longer needed for cases, we go through an audit process where we determine that the actual items actually exist, the cases are closed related to those items, and that the items are actually destroyed. So I think it's, a great service that we're doing, and we're making sure that the drugs are off the street and not in anyone's hands.
Thank you. Wanted you to put that on for the record. We appreciate your work on this service. Commissioner Colleen?
And I just want to add to that, I've been on audit forever. In addition to this, because this provides some oversight to the public for how these are being handled. And I believe later this year, we'll have a similar engagement, or the next time the sheriff needs to destroy guns after they are no longer needed as evidence. And the Auditor General, and they ask you to come over to review it. So are we expecting that later this year as well?
It will depend on how many items they have to destroy, but we also participate in that where we make sure they go to a facility where they're melted down, and we observe that also.
Yeah.
But it just depends on when they have, it's the case for the drugs, when they have enough to destroy or when there's enough guns to destroy.
Yeah, so these are two important oversight functions for the public. Might be this year, might be next year, depending on. So I just wanted to throw that in too. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Okay. It was moved and supported. All in favor, say aye, or please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on Report D from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 4 items listed on pages 7 and 8 of the agenda.
Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move the full report 1 through 4.
Moved by Commissioner Clemente, supported by Vice Chair Palomera. Any discussion on the Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security report? Any discussion on those 4 items? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We are on page 8 of the agenda, upcoming meetings.
Okay, please note the upcoming meetings. If there are any changes, please let our clerk know. Next item.
We are on testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 21 items listed on pages 10 and 11 of the agenda.
And on Monday, we verbally congratulated Commissioner Scott on her street naming ceremony. Today, it is number 14 in our record. So week-long of celebrations for Commissioner Scott. Again, we appreciate and honor you. Such a wonderful, wonderful acknowledgement to have a street named after you in your home city. So again, congratulations on that honor.
Thank you so much.
Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to thank the county executive and the deputy county executive for their support coming to Lincoln Park's 100th celebration. Many of my cities are celebrating 100 years, and we had an absolutely marvelous gala in Lincoln Park. The mayor and her team put on a beautiful event. There were tents at our band shell. There was a band performing. There was like a men's tent and a women's tent with activities. We had jugglers, and the deputy county executive came and spoke, and it was a really nice event. So I just wanted to thank them for showing that support.
Thank you, Commissioner. Congratulations, Lincoln Park. Any additional discussion? It's been moved by Commissioner Anderson, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. Please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item.
We're on memoriams. There are 13 names listed on pages 11 and 12 of the agenda.
Commissioner Clemente?
Thank you, Madam Chair, for the latitude today, since it is my day.
Yes.
I've been very busy, so I did want to send my condolences to Ignacio Gonzalez, also known as Ziggy to many of his friends. He passed away at the age of 94. He was well-known in the Southwest Detroit area as a teacher at Wilson Junior High and Western High School. He also coached basketball. But in addition to that, he organized and coached hockey teams at Clark Park. And he was a leading member of the Clark Park Coalition, a group who are dedicated to making Clark Park flourish. And if you ever get a chance to be in Southwest, enjoying some of the wonderful food, stop by the park. It's a really, really nice place. So thank you, and my condolences to Mr. Gonzalez and his family.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional items for memoriams? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just also want to lift up item number 13, Mr. Eric Ford. I thank Commissioner Ken Locke for making sure that we had a resolution for his services, his homegoing that took place on Saturday. For those who may not know, Mr. Ford was the president of Detroit 300, and that is a community violence intervention group in the city of Detroit. I remember just working with him the very first time when there was an issue on the east side, and I wasn't sure what this group was, who they were and what they were doing, but there was an injustice that was done to one of the seniors in that area. And the way that the community was galvanized simply by the request of this individual and his entire team. So a great loss to the city of Detroit as it relates to the leader of Detroit 300. So I appreciate the commissioner's support for the resolution for Mr. Eric Ford.
Thank you so much. His service to the community will be greatly, greatly missed, but honored that he was able to serve. Any additional names for memoriams? Everyone could please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next item.
Public comments.
All right, is there anyone on Zoom with a hand raised for public comments? On Zoom? On the telephone? Any emails?
No emails were received.
Anyone in chambers? Thank you so much. Next item?
Reconsiderations.
There are none.
Remarks by members.
Any remarks by members today? Again, let us formally wish Commissioner Cara Clemente happy birthday. Happy birthday, Commissioner. You make 35 look good, so happy birthday. Commissioner Kleen.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Some good news today that I just received yesterday. 20 years ago, when it looked like Receiving Hospital was going to go belly up, and that was the hospital of last resort for the indigent in the city of Detroit. Governor Granholm at the time set up a Blue Ribbon Commission, and what are we going to do to provide for the citizens of Detroit and Wayne County? That resulted in the Detroit-Wayne Health Authority. But we've been doing business as Authority Health because it's too close to the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health. And so we're Authority Health, and we have 4 clinics now. The purpose of setting us up was to strengthen and expand the safety net for people that need medical care. So yesterday, we've been at this a while, from our president and CEO, Loretta Bush, who people might remember as Loretta Davis when she was health officer here in Wayne County, and she performed the same function in the city of Detroit. Greeting board members. It gives me great pleasure to inform you that Authority Health and Authority Health Centers has received the designation of federally qualified health center lookalike effective tomorrow, October 1. This is definitely cause to celebrate. It is a huge step in securing the future of our health centers and supporting the work that Authority Health started 20 years ago. Congratulations to the board of Authority Health that made the bold decision to move in this direction, and the Authority Health Centers Board that has worked tirelessly to assure that we are compliant. This designation comes months sooner than we thought, and I couldn't be more pleased to share the news with you. The staff never lost faith and that this day would come as we put countless hours into securing this designation and becoming a full member of the health center family. And what this allows us to do, the federally qualified health centers, is quite a process to go through. But what the federal government does, that we will be able to get higher reimbursement rates out of the federal government because they've looked at us and they said we can do that. Because when you're operating on a largely Medicaid or having no insurance at all, and Medicaid only reimburses so much. That's why the Fed set up these federally qualified health centers, that if you operate in a professional manner and we can trust you with the money, we can provide more services out in the community with this status. And so this is just excellent news, and it provides us stability and also room for expansion in the future. As you know, we talk about food deserts, but medical deserts in our communities, especially in our urban cores. Try to find a doctor, and try to find a doctor that will say, yeah, I'll take Medicaid, I'll take Medicare, because of the lower reimbursement rates. So we're serving this vastly underserved population. And so this is absolutely good news for the citizens of Detroit and Wayne County. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. That is great news. And we'll have Ms. Loretta Bush come present to us at a future meeting.
Yeah, I think so. And I would also mention, since we were set up, the city, the state, and the county were all signatories on this.
Mhm.
And I think I've been the commission representative on that board for like 17 years now. I wasn't there at the founding, but shortly thereafter. So this has been a long slog to get to this point that we can offer these kind of services now. Thank you again,
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair.
I was proud to be one of the original members, myself, Mary Mahaffey, Joanne Watson, back 20 years ago. So it's come a long ways. Thank you for your leadership on the board for the 17 years. I was there for the first 3. And we'll definitely have Ms. Bush come and talk about all of the wonderful things and how it's benefiting the residents of Wayne County. Thank you for that. Any other remarks by members? Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to take this opportunity to wish my legislative director, Ola, a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ola.
Happy birthday, Ola. Birthday day. Very good. Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I can't thank Wayne County enough for all that they did. My colleagues, Terry Marecki, Cara Clementi, Sam Baydoun, and you for changing your plane fight to get there, to be there with me. It's just beginning to sink in what it really means. I've just been in awe, and it's just been so much. The county exec, the deputy county exec, some of them couldn't come, but they called me, and it's so many staffers just from here. I can't remember all of them. And some people, I said to my daughter, I didn't see, oh, they were there, so it was just so much that I just couldn't absorb it all to remember all of it. But I just want to say thank you. The park staff was just wonderful. They brought the equipment there, set it up, came back, and my daughter, she chaired it with Cynthia, and Cynthia was my MC, and so it wasn't just Highland Park. I had some Hamtramck folks there.
Yes, yes, you did.
Even though all what they're going through.
Yes.
And Reverend Boutry from Hamtramck, she was the one that encouraged me to do that resolution today. And it's been a group that's been meeting over there for some time between Hamtramck and Detroit, that area. So I thank you all for supporting that so strongly. And I know Colleen remembers the history on a lot of this stuff. So I thank him for always knowing that history to give us that information. And I just want to thank everybody. Was just so much. My pastor, a lot of my folks from my church was there. He gave the invocation, had to leave just before we were able to unveil the sign because he had to get out of town. Reverend Tellis Chapman and his wife and so many of the other ministers from the church and the family members. It was just unbelievable. I just never dreamed that it would be like that. So thank you all. I do appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was beautiful. And it was a beautiful day as well. So
It was. God just
the
smiled on
weather,
me,
God,
didn't he?
God smiled down on you and all of the good work that you've done over the years. So couldn't be more fitting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to the commission, oftentimes when we think about the decisions that we make at the tables, those benefactors or those most impacted by our decisions. So this past week, I had an opportunity to spend a good amount of time over at our detention facility for both our adults and our young people. And when you hear from these leaders and you hear what they're doing and what they're intending to do, especially during budget season, to be able to see the impact of the decisions of the commission, you would be extremely proud of the facility itself. I spent about 2.5 hours over from the adult side to the young people, to the youth side, and to get a chance to talk to a lot of them as well, the youth, on the fact that we appreciate the fact that they will not come back and they made these decisions, but there's programs in place. And so looking at the curriculum and things of that nature and the mental health component that was afforded to both the young people and the adults there. And I know we heard from DWIN today, but recognizing and understanding all the services that are available when somebody just makes a bad decision and they end up in that space, that they still should have dignity and resources. So I just want to say to the commission, keep doing the due diligence that we do to make the decisions that we make, because to see those impacted was a very rewarding feeling. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. I'm glad you were able to get over there and see and touch and discuss with the persons there. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. Let me really quickly thank Corp Council and our Commission Council for getting the intergovernmental agreement to us in a timely, fast fashion. It came to us Friday, and today is Thursday, so they worked very hard and diligently to get all of the I's dotted and T's crossed to get it to us today. So I want to thank you for going above and beyond, Sue, Felicia, your team, and making sure that it got here in the way that it should have gotten here to assist DWIN on moving forward with their RFP process. Thank you so much for your extra time to get that done. We appreciate you. Any additional remarks by members? All right, hearing none. There motion to adjourn? All right, thank you all so much.